Hey guys, today I thought I would film a video for you on the new Makeup Geek in the Nude collection that just launched. If you can hear my fan, it is hot as the devil's dick in this room, so I've got a fan right here to my right. Also, I put up a poll on Twitter and you guys voted and said that you prefer natural backgrounds to the bright colored backgrounds. So you guys can let me know in the comments if you guys prefer this background or my brightly colored ones. I'm cool with either, honestly. I'm in my makeup room right now filming, and normally I film upstairs in this totally separate room with all these colorful backgrounds. So you guys let me know what you prefer, if this feels more like you're just hanging out with a friend or if the other one feels more produced and better and it doesn't cause so many distractions. So let's get into the products and the review of first impressions, swatches, and tutorial with the new Makeup Geek in the Nude collection. So I'm going to do my base off camera because that has nothing to do with this. I'm going to use the same products that I usually do. I am going to do foundation today so we can test the products without having to worry about any redness or splotchiness. Even though my skin's not that bad right now, I am going to do a light coat of the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. And for concealer, I'll probably use either Shape Tape or the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. We'll see. So I will be right back. For the collection, what we have, 3 different bronzers in skin tones that are varying, and then you've got a palette with 9 shades. Not all of these are new. I think 5 of these are new shades. This is the palette here, and I've already swatched 2 of the colors. So we've got Rapunzel, In the Spotlight, and So Pale, Tan Lines, Buffed, and Creased, and Cabin Fever, Grandstand, and Dark Roast. I will do a finger swatch and a brush swatch, so I will show you how they look on my skin tone. So I didn't do these quite in order because I was running out of arm space because I started in the middle like a fucking idiot. This here is Rapunzel, In the Spotlight, and So Pale. This one is literally exactly my skin tone shade. Then we have Tan Lines, Buffed, and Creased. Then we have Cabin Fever, Dark Roast, and this one over here is Grandstand. The way you guys can see, this one would be a finger swatch, this is a brush swatch. They're pretty. Makeup Geek shadows in general are this same formula. They're not the absolute most pigmented thing, but they blend out really well. Here are other swatches. They don't look incredible. But again, we're gonna see how these perform on the eyes. That is the most important thing, because what swatches look like means nothing. I mean, swatches are cool and fine and good and all, but some products swatch amazingly and they perform like absolute shit. So I'm not going to base much off of the swatches here. Now I'm going to swatch the bronzer shades. So we have 3 different shades. We have Sun-Kissed, Burnished, and Tawny. These are in the same packaging as the highlighters, which I'm not that much of a fan of. Mine fall out of the packaging so bad. So there is Sun-Kissed. Here is Tawny. So quite a bit deeper. And this is Burnished, which is the deepest shade. Actually, they look very similar, but in the pan, this one looks quite a bit darker, as you see as I build it up. All right, so since everything now is done, I'm going to start off on my eyes, and I'm going to try to do something a little less basic with this. So given that this is called the In the Nude palette, I think this is more suited for people who like a more natural appearance. They want something that's going to work for the everyday. They want something that they don't have to worry about what palette they get. It's got warms, it's got neutrals in there, it's got a couple of shimmers if you feel like you need them, but overall it'll just work for any sort of natural makeup look that you're trying to do if you like browns. So I think that's who this is best suited for. We're gonna see. Now I'm gonna go in with the color Buffed here in the middle. This is a new shade, I believe. I'm going to try to steer clear of these warmer shades here because I feel like these are both old Makeup Geek colors, and I want to use these 2, which I believe are new, that's just Creased and Dark Roast. So I'm going to avoid those other 2 warm shades and kind of do more of a neutral look. So I'm going to take my Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer brush, the 227, and I'm going to dip into the color Creased here. I'm going to do just that. Put it in my crease. Took this up a little higher because I want to do a bit of a cut crease today with a shimmer. Now I'm gonna go in with the color Dark Roast here, and I'm gonna run that right through my crease. This eye is watering, being a little bitch. These colors right now for me are not doing it. They are not doing a single thing for me. So I'm gonna take my Sigma F75 concealer brush and I'm gonna wet it, and I'm just putting a little bit of setting spray on the brush, and then I'm going to dip into the color Grandstand. I almost need a warm tone shade because both of the shimmery colors in the palette are warm toned. They are not neutral. So now I've got this warm toned shimmer on my eyelids, but a very neutral crease. So it's just kind of lackluster to me in the crease and other area. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is though and keep on working and see what I can do with this eye look. So I think because I have warmth on my upper crease area, now I'm gonna wanna bring some warmth on the lower lid. And I'm gonna go in with tan lines first on a fluffier brush because I kind of wanna smoke this down. And I'm gonna run it right underneath my eye. Then I'm gonna take a little flat brush so I can get really close to my lash line. And for this, I'm gonna take the Sigma E15 flat definer brush. And I'm gonna go in with the color Cabin Fever mixed with Dark Roast. I'm gonna put it right up to my lash line. I'm just taking a little bit of the first color, which is Rapunzel, and I'm just putting that on my inner corner. So I'm gonna toss a little bit of liner on my upper and lower waterline. I'm going to toss on some mascara and lashes, and I will be right back. I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and then I'm gonna give my full review, thoughts, first impressions. I think the color that would be best suited for me is probably Sunkissed. Let's give it a go. So I may need to go in with the next color because this one is very fair. Like very, very, very fair. Can't even see it on my skin. I'm gonna go with the next color. So that color's light and it's pretty, but if you have very, very fair skin, I think that color would work best for you. For me, I think I'm gonna need to go in with the color Tawny. This one says it's best for medium skin, so I think this is the one I'm gonna have to go in with for myself. Bronzer wise, that applied really nicely. It blends really nicely. It looks really beautiful. If you have, I would say light skin tone, light to medium, I would definitely go with Tawny. If you have very fair skin, I'm talking like pale skin, then you can go in with the Sunkissed color. I would say medium to deep. I would say like deep, medium to deep. I would go in with Burnished for sure. Because I'm kind of a bronzier look today, I'm going to use Ofra's Rodeo Drive. For my lips, I'm using Tarte Whisper with the Tarteist Glossy Lip Paint in the color Hella. Had to do a nude lip because it's called In the Nude, okay? So shoot me. Okay, final thoughts on this collection. I think that this would definitely be best suited for somebody who's incredibly natural. You can get a little less of a natural look out of it if you use some of the shimmer shades mixed with a setting spray. I think this eye look is really beautiful. I think that this look is really pretty. I think the bronzers performed really well. I think that this makeup palette would be really suited best for somebody who doesn't love crazy makeup looks, who wants something that's super natural, neutral, that they can use every day. You could do a few different eye looks with this. It's not the most versatile palette that I've ever seen. Okay, I'm shutting this fucking thing off. The palette retails for $50, which is expensive. Makeup Geek shadows, they're traditional single shadows are $6 per pan, and the foiled eyeshadows, which you get 2 of, are $10 per pan. So if you were to buy all of these shadows individually, you would pay $62. I don't know if these colors are sold separately from the palette, but if they are not, then you have to buy them inside of the palette. As for the bronzers, I think that they are nice. I think they blend out well. The quality is good. I'm not a huge fan of the packaging just because, again, like I've said in the past, the highlighters that I have that are in that same packaging just fall out of the pan. So I have quite a few of the highlighters actually that are just empty little cases because the glue just completely falls apart. Do I think this palette is worth it? You guys know how much I love Makeup Geek. You guys know. I talk about Makeup Geek and have been for like the last 4 years on my channel. I think their shadows are amazing. I think they're really good quality. I think they're so beautiful. They blend beautifully. I think the foiled shadows are so gorgeous. I love Makeup Geek as a brand. I think what they stand for is so amazing. They're such good quality. However, I think that for this palette, which is a beautiful palette, and it will work really great if you're looking for something very natural and that can have, you know, a little bit more of an unnatural capability. For 50 bucks, I wouldn't buy it. For me personally, I love Makeup Geek, and I feel so guilty even saying this, but I would honestly, I just wouldn't. I think that it's almost too basic. If you want something like this, like if this is exactly what you've always been looking for in a palette, beautiful, but I think it's just too expensive. There should be even more of a discount on the shadows because you're not getting much of one. You're literally getting like a foiled eyeshadow for free. So it's not that good of a price in order to warrant buying a $50 palette. Urban Decay shadows are like $54 for an entire palette, and I think that's crazy high. You can get a Morphe palette, and I know the quality is not exactly the same, but Morphe does have good quality eyeshadows. You can't lie about that. And they're like 20 bucks. And you're getting 35 colors, and in here you're getting 9. And I'm just gonna grab a Morphe palette real quick. So on my arm here, we've got some swatches. This is a color from the Morphe 25B palette, these two. And this is the Makeup Geek in the Nude palette. They both blend really well. They both last really well. The Morphe 25B palette gets you 25 shades for, I think I paid 25 bucks. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding Morphe. I'm just saying that if you are on a budget, I think that this Makeup Geek palette's probably not gonna be the best. It is beautiful. The colors are nice. They're a little basic for me, and I feel like some of the colors are just, I feel like personally, if you're going to come out with a palette that is expensive like this, all 9 colors should be brand new. I think to have colors in the palette that are able to be purchased by themselves already, for me, I already own all of these colors except for the new ones. And if I'm going to be paying $50 for a palette, I want all new shades. I want colors that I couldn't maybe possibly already have doubled up on by buying this palette. Do you know what I'm saying? I think the bronzers are really nice, and they're definitely worth it. Let me see what the prices are on the bronzers before I tell you that. If they're 20 bucks a piece, no. Are you fucking kidding me that they're $22 a piece? They're $22 a piece. No, I'm sorry, but Makeup Geek's original appeal was that they were inexpensive and high quality. And to be $22 for a bronzer that, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's a beautiful bronzer. My face looks nice. It's not a bad price. I thought I was overshooting when I said it was gonna be like 20 bucks. Honestly, I thought this was going to be closer to like 15. I think 15 would be a reasonable price for this. But like 22, I know that that's not that big of a difference, but like, I just feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like Makeup Geek has branded themselves on being a more affordable option that's high quality. So then to be so expensive for things like 50 bucks for 9 shadows and then $22 for the bronzers, it's just like, I don't know. And I feel really guilty even saying this because you know how much I love Makeup Geek. You guys know this. I just feel like, I'm just gonna fucking say it. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking say it. I can't even believe I'm saying this because it just like hurts me because Makeup Geek, you guys know, is one of my all-time favorite brands. But I personally feel like a few of the last launches have been a little lackluster for me. When she was talking about In the Nude and I didn't know what it was going to be, I was so hoping that it was going to be foundations are what we want from Makeup Geek. Not if they're going to be 50 bucks though. I mean, like, we're talking like $25 max for foundations, I think. But I don't think that's what the price is going to be from what I'm seeing. I think the prices are just getting a little higher and higher, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because hopefully the quality is also getting higher. The last few launches that Makeup Geek has come out with, you don't see anybody talking about them because the Plush creams were a miss. I don't like moussey textures on my lips. They're just not my favorite. The Showstopper cream stains were quite dry. Some of the colors were nice, but you don't see anybody talking about them because there's just something with the formula. There's just something. I don't feel like the products are all that innovative, whereas I feel like some of the new brands are like coming out with, they're keeping up on the trends. I feel like for me, and I feel like a fucking dick for even saying this because again, I love Makeup Geek so much. For me, it almost feels like Makeup Geek is behind on the trend. Like before, they were ahead of it. They were ahead of the game. Like when Mandy came out with this palette, I fucking loved it. The colors were amazing. Everything was great. When they were coming out with new shadows all the time, it was awesome. It was perfect. And then I started feeling like the launches changed, whereas everyone else is coming out with their things. Makeup Geek is like 6 months behind. And I don't know. I feel so guilty even saying this. I feel like there just needs to be something. I feel like they need to come out with like the brightest, most incredible eyeshadow collection, or like the nudes are great, awesome. We know we love Makeup Geek nudes. Everybody loves them. They work great. They're beautiful neutral shades. But what we need is the brightest palette ever. We need some of the most crazy, beautiful foiled shadows in spring and summer. And so to come out with like a basic nude collection right now, it's just, had this come out in like fall, I think it would be a way more of a hit. And for now, we need like bright, fun colors. Like Jacqueline's palette has that poolside color, which by the way, I bought the Jacqueline palette this morning, so that'll be coming soon. I just feel like you can see what people on social media want. We want affordable makeup. We want innovative ideas. We want new, fresh things. We want killer highlights with amazing glow, really beautiful skin. We want awesome lashes. God, if Makeup Geek came out with like sickening lashes, how cool would that be? Or like really incredibly foiled eyeshadows that are so beautiful, or amazing like the Stila like liquid glitters or something. But I feel like some of the things that they're coming out with are they're just so the same thing that Makeup Geeks always kind of come out with, you know what I mean? Like instead of creating new incredible things, it's sort of like another nude palette. That being said, you guys know I love Makeup Geek, and you know that I always will support the brand, and I love them so much. And I feel guilty even saying any of this. I could sugarcoat over all of this, not say it online, and just move on. But that wouldn't be honest of me. So I just want to give you guys my honest opinion. And I do love the makeup look I came up with though. But again, I could have done this with the exact same shadows I already have because I do have the Grandstand, foiled shadow already. It would have been really cool if there was like a fresh new shadow in there that I'd never tried before. So. And that is it for my review, first impressions, swatches, and tutorial on the Makeup Geek in the Nude collection. I hope you guys like this video. If you are new to my channel, or if you guys like it, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Also, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It means so much to me, and it really helps me realize what kind of videos you guys like to see. I've got a couple new palettes coming in the mail. I bought the ColourPop something. I can't remember what it was called. I bought one of the ColourPop palettes that sold out in like 5 minutes. And then I also bought the Jacqueline Morphe palette, and I've got some new makeup coming as well, and I got a bunch of new stuff in PR. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of new makeup coming up here soon. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video.